Hello, everybody. This is going to be something a little different. I am fixing something for us to eat. I've got leftover ham slice here that I had cooked yesterday with some jalapenos, and I had one baked potato left. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a basic white sauce, and then I'm going to dump the ham and the potato in white sauce. So, just something real quick, simple to do, and pretty tasty too, if you ask me. But then, you weren't asking me. So, of course, now the dog's going to say she wants to go out with thumping. So, anyway, about 2 tablespoons of butter. And I don't want this really hot because I don't want to burn that butter. So, I'm going to put it on like medium. And we just want to get the butter melted. So I'm impromptu. I don't know if anybody else see me live or not, but if you're watching the replay, thanks for taking the time to watch the replay. So I've got my butter. It's melted, or very nearly there. Then I've got about 3 tablespoons of flour. And I'm just going to shake that in. And then you want to stir, because you want to combine the flour into that fat. If you don't get it all incorporated into the fat and you still have some dry bits of flour in here, you'll get clumps. You always want to incorporate whatever you're using as a thickener in with the fat, okay? Now, if you were doing Cajun cooking, you would sit here with this kind of on low and you get this really, really brown and you'd make a roux. That's how you make a roux. But I'm not making a roux. I'm doing a basic white sauce, so I don't really want this too brown. Hi, Heather. So now I've got some milk. It's a little over a cup and a half. I do not pour this in all at once. I pour in a little bit, and then I stir it. And then I'll pour in a little bit more. And I just keep doing that until I get it to the thickness I want. That time I poured in a lot more, but we'll just stir it real good. And I also have leftover green beans that I'm going to heat up, and that's going to be our supper. And the seasoning, the ham came with one of those little packets of stuff, and I used it for the first time ever yesterday. Usually we just pan fry the ham slice. But yesterday I used that, and it looked really sticky sweet, so that's why I chopped up 2 jalapenos, and it really was tasty. I'm going to bump my heat up just a little bit. I'm getting some clumping. I should have gotten the milk to room temperature, but it'll be all right. I don't usually get clumping like this. Hopefully it'll break up. I can't really see chat where I am at right now, and I can't really let this go. And if this starts thickening too much, just add a little bit more milk. Because you want it to be kind of like the consistency of gravy. Not, liquidy, not too thick. Today's been kind of a white sauce day for us because I made chipped beef on toast this morning. All right, starting to thicken again. You'll see that when you're stirring, when it starts getting thicker, you'll start seeing like a road appear behind your thing instead of it completely closing out. I'm going to put a little bit more milk in here. And if I have leftover milk, that's just milk ready for the tea that I like to drink all the time. I love hot tea. I grew up drinking hot tea with my grandmother. Her father loved tea, but he was straight from England. So, yeah, that would be why. That was Grandpa Phillips. Wish I knew more of the history of that side of the family. A lot of people have a lot of really good details of the history of their family, but mine's got so many stories mixed in on it, I don't know what to believe and what's true. That's why I was kind of interested in ancestry so much. There, the lumps are dying down a little bit. You won't be able to see them too bad once I put the potato in. Won't my heat up again. As long as I'm stirring it, it won't burn. This is just one of those things, a basic white sauce. You can put drained tuna in it and put that over toast. That makes a real quick supper. You can do the chipped beef on toast like I did at breakfast. You can put your leftover ham in it. A basic white sauce, something everybody should learn to make. That's all there is to it, because you can come up with a lot of really fast dishes this way. I've got just a tiny bit of creamed beef left in the refrigerator that I was going to save for breakfast. Now see, it's getting kind of thick, so I'm going to thin it back out just a little bit, not a lot, because we're about there. I'm making a mess with milk on the stove top, but that's what cleaner's for, right? All right. I think I can switch from my whisk to a spoon. Hi, Joyce. You're making a gluten-free potato soup? That sounds like a good idea, too. So I'm just going to put that leftover baked potato and this ham in here. I didn't know if you guys would be interested in cooking videos out of me, but I do like to cook, and which is good because Scott likes to eat. And once you add your stuff in, if it starts getting too thick for you, add a little bit more milk. This will be our supper. I'm going to heat those green beans back up in the microwave real quick. And there you go. We'll have dinner. My son won't eat things like this. I don't know why, but Greg just doesn't like things in a cream sauce. To me, it's like scalloped potatoes. All right. And I love scalloped potatoes. Man, I'm horrible. I love everything I'm not supposed to have. And we probably won't be able to eat much of this, because of the medicine, but it'll be tasty. And I love pepper. I would load this up with even more black pepper, but Scott doesn't care for pepper as much as I do. So basically, I've made scalloped potatoes. Easy peasy. I've just been looking for fabric back in the back and came across a whole bag of things already cut out to sew together. So I think I need to focus on sewing a bunch of this stuff together. So I'll turn this heat off. Tell Scott it's ready whenever he is.
I'm ready.
He's ready. All right, I'm going to move this off the heat because I don't want it to heat anymore. And that's basically scalloped potatoes made from leftovers. Woohoo! That's cool. I come from a family called Crispell, was my biological grandfather's name. And from my understanding, there is a monument to the family as being a member of founding families. So I found that pretty interesting. It's really cool. Beth, I hand you some because we are not going to be able to eat all of this, and we shouldn't eat all of it. Back in the day, we probably split this between the two of us, but we don't do that anymore. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to heat them green beans up, and we're going to have some supper. So that's how you make a really fast supper out of leftovers. Thanks for hanging with me. I'll see you in the next video.